Action.
Nobody says action anymore.
Everyone says action. It's definitely a thing.
When was the last time someone said action?
I am part of a theatre group. We always yell action before we go. Telling you. Fact. Good evening. Introduce yourself.
I'm the infamous Dean. You've obviously heard of me because, let's be honest, all he ever does is talk about me. Oh, so in my son's life, these were the strings that got cut. Honestly.
We did that today.
Yeah, I know. It's always the second day. He always talks about how I'm losing everything.
Yeah.
It's not all doom and gloom, I promise, you know. I'm alright now.
Why is it not all doom and gloom? Because when all those strings are cut, it looks pretty doomy gloomy.
Do I have freedom of expression?
I don't know.
Because, like, social workers always make it seem doom and gloom.
Yeah, I mean, Shona's helping deliver the session.
So Shona's all doom and gloom. Like, that's not a good example.
She's all about doom and gloom. You know, Shona Vader in the house.
No, so, yeah, even though, like, so, I know this is completely off topic and whatever, but, like, all those things, strings being cut, all the while new strings are being tied.
Yep.
So, like, yeah, I'm losing foster carers and friends and girlfriends or whatever, like, on my school, but at the same time I'm forming, I've got a new school and I've got a new family and new friends and like all this kind of thing. So it's sad losing the old ones, but I've still got strings in place. That's what I don't like about that exercise, is that you don't show the new strings I get.
We do talk about it. I've never sort of done full cycle with you. So you cut them and then what you do is you then talk about making it better. So you then go back and retie the ones that the connections that you kept. So
fair enough.
Lisa and the gang get tied.
Yeah.
Then we talk about how in that situation you are then adding strings.
Yeah, and obviously, but it's not all doom and gloom, you know. They're not, and a lot of them aren't going to be the broken little kids you expect either. Like that's my number one thing right now. I go through phases of my number one piece of advice, but my current standpoint is that like they're gonna seem like a normal kid.
Whatever normal is.
They're gonna seem like a normal kid, and you know exactly what I mean. Like they're not gonna be like some broken little thing crying in the corner or whatever, or like you know, like most of them probably won't even see what's going on like with them at all, and so you've got to be able to make sure you can dig deep, you know, like really pry them open.
I talk about this, how when I first read your report, when I first came to see you, I was really worried that you were going to be really, really sort of
angry.
I refer to it as like this broken shell where
obviously I wasn't broken because
that trauma.
Yeah, but that's not like how it is. The trauma doesn't define me. You know, like to get back up on the horse, you've got to fall off of it first.
Yeah,
Phil Dunphy said that.
Metaphor, didn't you?
Phil Dunphy said that.
The legend is Phil Dunphy. All hail Phil Dunphy.
But yeah, and I think that's actually quite true. Like, yeah, I went through trauma and you know an unsavoury past, but that doesn't define who I am. It's helped build who I am, but it's not what defines me. Like, I'm not the victim of this trauma. I'm the survivor.
Absolutely.
Anyway, questions.
How did it feel to learn that you were going to be adopted by two dads?
This was a long time ago. We're two dads specifically. Oh, okay. I thought it was just feel to be adopted. I'll go over that one as well, but because I'm just good like that. But my two dads didn't feel different. It was like okay, cool. And that was literally it. Like,
yeah.
I'm quite an accepting person, so you know. Like,
do you think that having two dads has made you more accepting?
Oh, definitely. Like, especially as I come, but I was already accepting before I met you guys. Before I got adopted. I think it's just because I know like how bad humanity can get. I know that a lot of people aren't really that bad in the grand scheme of things.
Do you think, kind of putting you on the spot here a bit?
I love being put on the spot.
And I guess in a way, I'm kind of leading the question, but I can't think how not to. Do you think that where you'd waited for a family as long as you had,
I just accepted what was thrown at me?
Yeah.
Maybe, but I was also just turning 7, so to be honest, maybe, but also probably not. I think it was just a case of like, this is like happening and I don't care that you're gay.
Yeah.
I've got 2 dads, like, and obviously having had 2 dads for the past almost 10 years now.
Oh no.
That's mental.
Isn't
that mental? Sorry, now. But having 2 dads, obviously that's definitely helps. Like, you know, accepting. And it's not just I'm accepting of like gay people. Like, I'm just in general accepting. I accept anyone, like, no matter their views. Even if their views I don't agree with, like, everyone's opinion is valid. So
I think your generation are really quite good at being very tolerant.
some of us.
Yeah.
Some of us aren't, but they're normally like the ones that are like the other generations.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's generation.
No, I'm saying even in my generation, they're still ones that are like, they're raised by people of the previous generation, but really,
right,
like, they're basically just cloning their parents.
So in effect, you're saying that your generation are doing well because of our generation.
The good ones in your generation, yeah. Well, no, it's the whole nature versus nurture thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, but
Do you think that you had to make any adjustments to move into a same-sex family? Do you think that you had to adjust anything in yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had to live with a new family.
Right.
That was it. There's nothing to do with you being gay. It's just a new family. I mean, obviously, dragged me along to those pride parades. Dragged me.
Was it not at your first pride parade that they were handing out stickers and you insisted that I lifted you up and waved you as a banner so as more people would put stickers on you?
But I mean, not really, no, because obviously, like, and I don't get why there's this whole stigmatism, like, it's going to be different. Like, they're gay, so what, you know, like, that's
I guess, I think, like, you and I have spoken about this a number of times. When I came out, it was very much a case of, I didn't make a choice to be straight or gay, but I did make a choice to live my life by my true self.
But that was also like 20, 25 years ago, even longer.
But as part of that, there's then the element of, I've made this choice to live my true self and live my honest self.
Yeah.
I'm now putting that choice on you. And is that fair?
Yeah, that is actually, I think that's one of the most fair choices a parent can give, that their child can be their true self, especially even if it's just at home, that's still a start. Because if I'd wanted, like, if I'm, you know, I was transgender or like, I wanted to do like drag or whatever, and if I don't have that opportunity at home, what makes, like, I wouldn't then probably be able to have the confidence and courage to do that outside of the home, like.
Okay.
And obviously, me who I am now, like, I'm open about my sexuality and stuff, like, and all that, and I think that's because my home environment was so open and honest, and like, so I could firstly realise that I wasn't straight or whatever, realise that, you know, like, my sexuality and who I am, and then be able to start sharing that with the world because I could learn how to, like, share it at home. So I think, yeah, definitely, like, you know, like, allowing your kid to be their true self and having that choice to be who they want to be no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely.
As long as they're not like a raging alcoholic by age 10, you know.
Yeah, I'd wait until at least 11.
Yeah, we did.
Do you tell people you're adopted?
Yeah. It's like one of my personality traits at this point, being adopted. Guess all the people, I guess all the ladies, or anyone, honestly. Like, I say, oh, by the way, I'm adopted with 2 dads. Everyone just says, that's so cool. Those exact 3 words.
Okay. Have you ever had any sort of negative responses to telling people you're adopted?
So not from the directly telling people, like, normally people are like, that's cool, and they're just like, whatever. But obviously I've had negative repercussions from it, like, you know, I've been bullied about having 2 dads and being adopted, but to be honest, like, they're just simple-minded people, and they're saying simple things that my wit can easily counter. Oh, my parents didn't love me, why'd they choose me then?
Yeah, very true, very, very true. So the people that you choose to be open with,
that's everyone.
They're people that have never given you any negativity about being adopted.
I'm open, even people who did give me negativity, I'm still open about it, because it's about education, you know, like, if, like, it's honestly, like, I don't care who you are, like, where you come from, what your views are, I'll openly tell you I'm adopted, you know, by a same-sex couple, I'm not straight, like, I don't care. You know, that's who I am, and you're not going to deny who I am.
Absolutely, and I think that's admirable. There's a lot of 16-year-olds that wouldn't necessarily feel that confidence.
Definitely.
So I think it's really, really good that you do.
I have the confidence of a middle-aged man. Great.
Do you have any moments whereby you get asked uncomfortable questions?
No, I don't. There are no uncomfortable questions for me. Like, honestly, nothing makes me like uncomfortable. Like, obviously, talking to you guys about certain things might, but
Yeah.
that's a parent's job. But like
Yeah.
people, like someone asked me, what was it like going out with your real mum? Like, that's not an uncomfortable question. Yeah, it sucked. Yeah, it was like traumatic and stuff, but I'm still going to talk about it. Still open about it. You know, like that's the past. It's not going to hurt me again.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for some people, it could though.
For some people, but for me personally, and I think it's about like teaching your kid that like, you know, just because they have this trauma doesn't mean that it's going to come back. It doesn't have to like, you know, give them PTSD or whatever, or like anxiety. Like, it's just about teaching them that they've had this trauma. It's about, you know, and that's life. Life sucks. Life isn't fair. Like, that should be the number one lesson. Life isn't fair, especially parents.
Yeah.
But so I think it's just about like, you know, telling them that it's okay that you've got this trauma. Let's deal with it together, and let's like help you work through any issues you have with it. Like, you're not going to go back to that place. You know, that's been and done. That's the past. Like, that's gone. Nothing's going to change what happened. So it's just about accepting that part of yourself. That's what's happened to me, and that's my story. And I think it's about actually trying to encourage them to share it, because sharing a story like that can change the world.
You're not massively excited about sharing or discussing your story with Dad and I, though, are you? Like, you're quite avoidant when we...
Am I?
Yeah.
How? I'm really open about it.
You would be quite factual about your experiences.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't necessarily talk about it and sort of talk about how you felt about
I was
it.
3, like, I don't really know how I was feeling. I just know what happened.
Right, but you could talk about how that makes you feel now.
But it doesn't make me feel now, that's the thing. Like, yeah, that happened. Now it makes me angry because life's unfair. But it also makes me stronger, more confident. Like, I feel bolder when I like remember that or talk about that.
So elements of your past make you feel angry.
Not angry.
I trapped you. You gave me a feeling.
No, as in angry at like the world of like humanity. Not angry as in like what happened. Like, that happened. That's cool. You know, I can't change it. Like, favourite movie character dies, you might be angry, but shame. But what I'm angry at is the fact that firstly there's people out there that are like that, but also the injustice is done that they're not found sooner, and like, you know, like, and for me, I was in foster care for 3.5 years. Like, that's a significant portion, especially for my like age like 4 to 7 essentially. Like, that's like key developing years, and the fact that I didn't have a real family. Sorry, Lisa. The fact that I didn't have like a proper family, like, that sucks. That makes me angry because there's other kids just like that, and there's the kids that aren't found as well, and the kids that aren't helped, and that's what gets me angry.
Okay, so that's interesting. I think that's really good and healthy to hear. So your anger is for all of the children.
Yeah.
You're angry that social services don't act sooner. You're angry that...
No, it's not that social services don't act sooner. It's that people don't have the courage, confidence to call social services. Like, for me, like, if my neighbours, they call the police, and that's what helped me.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people wouldn't do that. They just look the other way because it's not their problem. It's like, it's being a bystander. The bystander, in my headmaster's words, is just as bad as the bully.
I agree.
Like, you know, it's that quote, they always bring it out at, what's it called? Holocaust Memorial Service. It's like, first they came for the Jews, and I was not a Jew, so I didn't speak up. And he goes through all the list of people, and then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak up for me.
Yeah.
It's like, it's that in a nutshell.
Absolutely.
I think we should continue therapy off camera and do the questions.
Yeah, I think you're right. We're getting
Very sidetracked.
It's very deep and meaningful here, Dean. Very deep and meaningful.
No, it's not even deep and meaningful. Like, I'll tell that to any old like Bob on the street.
How do you feel about Mummy Kylie?
Don't. That's the thing. People like think I'm gonna feel what I don't. You know.
So, would you say you are in a position where you feel essentially despondent, as in you don't really have a feeling positive or negative towards her.
Yeah, I don't have a feeling like, you know, I'm sure she was trying her best or whatever at the time. I don't care. Like that's the attitude. I don't care, and it sounds harsh. Makes me sound like stone-eyed, but I just don't care. You know, like you're always telling me these updates. And it's like, okay, cool. Like, why did I need to know? Like, I don't really care if she dies or something.
Okay.
Like
that wouldn't
provoke like emotions, but I think I'd want to know, and I deserve to know if that happened. But other than that, I don't care at all.
So, I mean, obviously we're talking hypothetical, so it's very, very difficult to say. But that's genuinely how you're feeling at the moment. You just
don't care. There's no like feeling there. Like as far as I'm concerned, she's a side character in some movie I watched once.
Okay.
You know, like I just don't care. Don't give a thought. Like
yeah.
The only time I think about it is when you force me to.
I
don't know if that's being avoidant or I've just gotten over it, but
I would imagine there's a mixture of the two, actually, and I would say it's from my perspective and from what I know of you, I would say it's a very healthy blend. You are avoidant,
obviously, but I'm allowed to be avoidant. You know, I'm a victim. I'm not a victim.
You would naturally put that to one side and say, yeah, do you know what? Don't
Rather
really
not. Yeah.
need to deal with that.
But that's the thing, I don't. It's like, because, you know, like, that happened and people are like, well, how are you dealing with that? How are you going to fix yourself? Like, what makes me broken?
Oh, you're not broken. You're definitely not broken.
Oh, I am, but, like, people who are fixed are boring anyway.
You're definitely not broken. There's nothing broken about you at all.
Oh, I am. I'm completely bonkers. But let me tell you something. All the best people are. And no, I'm not broken in the sense of like there's something missing. Like there's nothing missing. I'm not broken, but you know, I'm not like some standard kid. Like I say, average rather than normal. You know, like what I've been through. Like none of my friends have. No, because like what I've been through. Like I mean, in terms of that, like my upbringing, what's happened. Like I know like 2 other adopted people.
Okay.
And that's it. Like so, it's like in terms of that, it's not. I'm not an average person.
Yeah.
You know, so what I've been through. Some people see me as broken. Say something's missing. I say like screw you. You know.
Okay, that's interesting. It's interesting that's sort of a missing jigsaw piece in people's minds, perhaps.
Yeah, I think actually other people are the broken ones. Like then the fact that they're like missing something and they're missing acceptance and they're missing that this happened and it's just as normal as you know like you being brought up by your parents like and. Yeah, it's just like, okay, you think I'm broken. There's something missing from you then. It's a sense of humanity.
Yeah. All right. So, hypothetical questions.
Plus you're boring.
Right? And whatever your answers are completely okay.
Yeah.
All right? I can wave a magic wand.
Mm-hmm.
I wave this magic wand and we go back to just after you're born. Mummy Carly knows how to do her jobs.
If I want that though.
Okay, why?
Because where I am now is so much better than I think I could. I lived in Clacton-on-Sea. Like, have you been down there? No, I'm in Basildon, which isn't much better, but Clacton-on-Sea, like, it's like.
All right, I'll wave another magic wand. I'm going to take you back to Lisa's. Now I'm going to wave this magic wand, and instead of us coming forward, Lisa and the game going.
No.
Okay, why not?
Because I wouldn't be where I am now.
Okay.
I go to one of the best schools in the country. I have some of the best parents in the world.
True.
Like, my friends are great, you know. I got myself a little girlfriend. Like, life's good. I don't want to change any of this.
Okay. So, I'm thrilled that that's your answers.
Well, obviously you would be, but obviously I get what you mean. Like, hypothetically, like, I would like if I could almost like, just like see through like a screen or something how my life would have played out up to this point in those scenarios. That's just more of me being nosy and curious than me actually like wanting it.
Yeah.
You know? Unless like Lisa wins the lottery and become rich.
Then your answer will change.
I become like Playboy #1. But no, I wouldn't like change anything for the world. Like.
All right. Nice. Excellent. Well, I think that's it on the questions. Is there anything else that you'd like to say to?
Of course there is. So obviously, like I said, it's not all doom and gloom. there will be some tough days. Like, you've probably mentioned the 10-hour day.
Well, I have.
He hasn't. But there will be angry some days. There will be, like, sad some days. I'll be happy. Like, it's just... And it's the same for any old kid, really. But, obviously, it might be different causes. But it's about sticking with them. Like, they may be annoying you, but, you know, they've been through a lot. So just appreciate that. Debating whether to bring up the story of not what to do.
No.
On the first day.
Not necessary.
Should I do it though?
No. I'll talk them through breaking you on the first day. I'm sure that they'll love hearing from me.
Okay. But Shona, make sure he does. Right?
Awesome. Okay.
But yeah, and also just like chill out. We've been parenting children for millions of years at this point. Like, you got this. You got this.
Thank you very much, Dean. Thank you for all of your comments. Been really appreciated.
Hope you enjoyed the little therapy session. Honestly, like, you don't get this type of thing on EastEnders, do you?